Hi, all you guys out there in YouTube land. This is Chibi back with prompt 24 of the BJD Addicts traveling. I've skipped a little bit because I've actually just gone on a weekend trip to see some family and decided to take all but one of my dolls. Probably not one of my best ideas. Sorry for the lighting in here. I was trying to find a good way to show this and still be able to see it. So, I think a very thing is the different ways that people travel with their dolls in different bags. I think this is one I've not really seen online too much. My mom actually found this hard case, old school suitcase at a garage sale for like $3. And this is how I've decided I love traveling with my dolls. They're a little heavyweight, so if you're not really strong, you don't probably want a smaller one with less dolls in it. I'm pretty strong, so it doesn't really bother me too much. But they fit in here nicely. There's not much give. Like my dolls are in it right now. I'm pushing on it. Don't really, not too afraid of anything happening to them. But the only bad thing about these is they don't stand on the lid doesn't stay open on the old school ones. And I have all my dolls except for two in here. And how I travel with my dolls is I always come with some fleece to sit them in places where I might not want their butts to sit, like on a table that I'm not sure that's clean, or if we're outside, just about anywhere you can lay down some fleece that's easily washable and have them sit on it. I have a lot of Doll Zone dolls. So Doll Zone, and I'm not sure if there are any other companies that do this, but they come with these cool little tieable um, pillows, and I put them back in their pillows, and then put them. And I was going on a car ride, so for quite a 2 hour drive. So if anything happened, I was a little fearful of that. So I put their face protectors on, as you can see here, with a little bit of something in there so the face protector doesn't scratch them. Or I've heard of chipping on their chins and stuff that I was kind of afraid of. I wrap their hands kind of lightly in there, and then well, for this doll, she's a little bit different. I don't have shoes for all of my dolls. I've had trouble finding shoes that fit dolls and dolls. So, God, I I like them to travel with their shoes on. As you can see, with her shoes on, her legs can't clank together. Not her thighs, not her knees, anything. So you don't have to worry about putting bubble wrap in between them. And she has white socks on, so I really don't have to deal with staining even if I left her in here for a while. And pretty much even and well, for her I happened to I made a little furry tail for her, so I put that in between her legs to keep her sorry, dropped something. To keep her legs even safer. I also these are her, if you've ever seen Usagi, she normally wears her ears. They're made of resin as well, so they're wrapped in a plastic or a bubble wrap so they don't get hurt either. But pretty much all my dolls are in here packed about similarly to this. I I know my dolls without shoes, who don't have shoes on, I wrap a little bit of bubble wrap around one leg, like just between their legs, and around one foot, so their legs can't clank together. Because I'm a little fearful of them chipping themselves. Uh, let's see, and I think the only one I have wrapped differently than these girls is Ash, my tiny. This is actually a Dolls in a bag that didn't come with him. It came with my Chinese dragon girl. She doesn't have a face up or anything, so I didn't take her with me. And I wrapped my tiny. They don't have faceplate. Like I can't find a face protector for something so tiny. So I actually wrap him in the stuff that comes around some dolls' feet, very thin, fluffy material. And I wrap a good amount of that around his face to protect his face up and protect his eyelashes and stuff. So that's all that really happened to him. I unzip his shirt a little bit because I don't want that clanking on his chin. I love the dolls and pillows. If anyone knows where to get more that are made like that, I'm trying to work out making them myself, but I'm not that great. I also pack in here for extra fluffing their clothes. And for my doll, I have a 60 centimeter in here, And she's 62, just does fit in this bag. Just barely. And I actually have extra fabric, like fluffy fabric, tucked in where her feet come to this corner, and her head goes to the other corner. And I have what do I have over there? I have a pillow over there, just in case she flung one way or the other, she wouldn't hit up against this hardness and get hurt. And along with that, what do I pack with them? I pack their little accessories, of course, all the ones that they use on a regular basis that are really hugely a part of their character, like Usagi's stuffed animal. And I pack little hand wipes, if I can get them on here. I got these really cheap, so I got the kids version. And I pack, of course, a magic eraser, which I learned while I was on my trip to pack my magic eraser in every separate bag that I pack for a doll. I had this, and I'll show you in just a minute. I also had a box of them packed, of my biggest girl, because she doesn't fit in here. And I didn't put one in her box. And I had to ask my family for a magic eraser while I was at his house, because I only unpacked her. I didn't unpack everyone else when I was there. And I was like, oh crap, there's a spot. Crap. So I had to ask. So I've learned that. Always pack a little magic eraser in every different bag you have. And pretty much, I also keep forceps and ribbon in here, just in case something goes wrong. Other than that, mainly just all of their stuff. I do have another differently packed doll, but you can't tell. She's packed around the other dolls. These dolls, of course, they're fluffy on both sides because they're in their pillows, but I have a 5-star doll that didn't really come with a good pillow to pack with, the way it was done, so she's actually down here. Let's get Sora out of here. See, this is my, of course Sora's going to be right in the way the second I do that. See, this is my big girl, and then I have my Tong Tong down here, and she's packed with a bunch of just fluffing and stuff. She's got one pillow underneath her and one by her head to keep her protected in here, and I haven't had any problems going there or coming back, so I've done pretty well. These are Balana's horns. I packed them pretty well too, because they're also made of resin, so I bubble wrapped them and put a little extra fabric in there, and then put this around them just in case, because they're really pretty and I don't want them to get hurt. But for this bag, that's pretty much how I do it. I stack everything, make sure everyone has a pillow around all their sides, and if they're up against the side, I put some type of bubble wrapping, extra fabric. I have a pillow on this side that's protecting both of their heads from hitting the other side, and just to make sure they got at least one pillow on each side of them and they're good. And for my biggest girl, she unfortunately does not fit in that bag in any way, shape, or form. Let me turn this way. Turn this way. There we go. I had to wrap in her original box. And to put her in here, I did it very similar to the other ones. I have now some magic eraser in here. Some stuff that's not having anything to do with her. I have her clothes, which I actually stuffed right here by her hand, where her hand would be up against the box because she's a little bit big, even for her pillow. So I stuffed some clothes by her hand so it couldn't bang up against anything. And for her, I just threw her straight in here. I have her head up here, or here, and backwards. With her face protector, I have a little, no lotion, no nothing tissue that's protecting her. I did stuff because she comes pretty close to the top with her shoes on. As I said, I like to pack them with their shoes. I didn't pack her originally with her shoes, and then I realized her feet can't cling together if her shoes are on. I should probably do that. And I put some little extra bubble wrap up here just in case she was shifted up and down. Same thing with down here, so she couldn't shift up and down, like she can't shift at all. I wrapped, of course, both of her hands. And originally I had some bubble wrap wrapped around her leg, but when I put her shoes on, I didn't have to worry about that anymore. So I just ended up shoving it back in here. And her horns, because she's a Claire full set, are wrapped in plastic and stuffed in here where the pillow is. And that's pretty much how I wrapped her. And I didn't have any problems with anybody. No one got hurt, no banging, No chipping. All face-ups are still intact, or they were intact when I got there. They should be intact when I get here. Usagi looked fine, and she looks good. And when I'm storing my boxes in my bags, I generally store them in what I would normally take that doll with. So I keep their face protector, their piece of paper, the wrapping I use for their hands. It's already pre-cut to fit their hands right, and I leave it all tight in their pillow since my girl's a doll zone. And for Luna, my Tong Tong, she has one little blue pillow that actually came with my Tiny, and I wrap hers up in that, and I keep them all in the bag, so I keep them all in the luggage, so I don't have to, go searching for them, or, oh, whose hand did this wrap, and is this wrap an SD hand or an MSD hand, because I have them all perfectly cut out. It took me like an hour to get them packed the first time I'd ever packed my dolls. It took me 20 minutes when I packed them when I was down there, so yay. A lot less time. And really easy to get her in and out. I pack them with their clothes on. Some people like to make them naked, but I feel more comfortable with them with their clothes on because she can't clang against herself because her jacket's on, and she can't, hurt herself in that way. So some people like to pack with, some don't. I'm a person that does like to pack theirs with it on there. I think they're safer that way. But the only other packing I'd like to address is I didn't use it this time because I needed to take more dolls, and I will never take that many dolls again, so I will be using this next time. I have your average Doll Zone bag. This is an MSD bag. As you can see, it says Doll Zone on there. Make sure I turn it around. Or not. There we go. It says Doll Zone on there. Very nice and heavy duty. I love it. It actually clips right here. You have to unclip this and pull these down. And as I said, I store my pillows in my bags, even though I didn't use this bag. And you have all this room. I can fit 2 MSD Doll Zone girls with their pillows in here, and maybe a Tiny, but I wouldn't put any other MSDs in there with them or anything. It does have these little clips, but I don't use them because I don't feel safe just having them up against the back of this. I mean, it's padded, but it's not that padded for my liking. If you were cool with just, putting them down there, you could probably fit a lot more if you didn't want a bunch of pillows in there like I do. It has these nice things where I have another magic eraser in a plastic bag because that does not zip. And I have this, which has some extra baggies in case I need to put clothes in or anything like that. Another one, and the top one, which I actually keep all my junky spot cards and any other cards I receive from any doll companies. I've got a few other ones, acryliceyes.com and stuff like that. But I got this off. I had this bag off Mint on Card at, I think, for $35. And I love it. It's the perfect height. It doesn't have all the crap. It actually has little pockets on the inside to put their clothes in if you'd like. If you have a specific place. It's 2 little pockets in there. And I liked it so much that in my layaway order that I have for Mint on Card for my Wing 2, I actually have the 70, well, it's called the 1/3 bag, but it does say that it's a total length of like, I think, a little over 70 centimeters, so it should fit a 70 centimeter doll as well, but I'll see when I get it. At the least, it'll be able to hold my 2 62 and 65 centimeter girls. So that's about all I have for traveling right now, and I'll probably do another video later on this week of, I think let's see, backstories is next, so we'll see if I'm able to get the backstories up. That'll be fun. My characters have very, very heavy backstories. That's my favorite part of the doll, so thank you for watching, and if you have any questions about any of the ways I packed or the Doll Zone bag or any other questions about something you've seen in my video, comment or a message and I'll get back to you. Bye!